Hello everyone, my name is Dr. S. Pavan Kumar Reddy, Assistant Professor in the Department of AIDS. Today our course is Object Oriented Programming through Java. Today topic is Object Classes and Constructors. Okay, before going to objects and classes, first we can learn what you mean by object, what you mean by classes. Here, what do you mean by object? Object is in the Java is a physical and class is a logical entity only. Here, what object is a real-time entity in an instance of class. For example, laptop is a one object, keyboard is another object, table, pen, chair, etc. Some other definitions are there. What do you mean by object definition? An object is a real world entity. An object is a runtime entity. An object is a entity which has the state and behavior. An object is an instance of class. These are the definition of object. Coming to the class. Class is a collection of objects and also the class is a template to create the some objects. See, what is the syntax of object? First of all, what is the syntax? Class, class name, some methods, type, variables, that is called as some instance variables 1 and 2, and type, some methods. In that, here a body of method. This is the syntax of class. Here, instance of variables and methods. In this instance variable is called as a some data. Here, method consists of code. Both data and code both are belongs to the class name. This is the syntax for class. Coming to the simple example, the class can be created by using the class keyword and also follow the class name. Here the class name is a box. Here in this class there is a variables here mentioned. Each variable is consist of type, that is called as a data type, and also some variable. Here the type is a what is the type of data type. Here the what is the variable name. This is the simple class definition. All variables can be consist of either inside variables or outside variables. First, let us see the variables. Here in the class, we are declaring the some instance variables. Here the what do you mean by variable? Variable which is created either inside the class but outside the method. This is the instance class, instance variable. Here instance variable does not get memory at the compile time. It can be get the only for runtime. When the object is created or instance is created, this is called as a instance variable. Coming to the method. In the Java, the method is a just like a function. Method is a just like a function which can be used to expose the behavior of the object. What are the main advantages of method? The first advantage is code reusability, and also second advantage is optimizability. Here the both are the two methods in the advantages. For suppose in that object we are creating the some objects. First of all, what is the main definition of new keyword? New keyword is used to allocate the some memory at the runtime. Here all objects get the memory in the heap memory. For suppose to create a box object, to using the some statement. Here box is a class name, my box is a object name. This object can be created by using the new keyword. See this statement here, box, my box equal to new box method. Here this statement is create a box object, that is called as a box object. Here the variables can be declared either inside or outside the method. See this example. Here first you can create the one class. That class name is a student, inside is a class. In that student inside class we are declaring the some variables. This is the main method. For the main method, public, static, void, main, string, args. In that we are creating the create student inside box. Create student inside object. Here the object name is S1 is a object. The class name is whatever the main class is, the class should be compulsory with the object creation. Here the student inside is a class, S1 is a object. We are using the keyword, that keyword is a new keyword. We have to mention the student inside method. This message will be displayed in the terminal. We are using the system.out.println. Here whatever the variables are declared in the class, that variable values will be printed on the terminal. Here we are giving the serial number is a one variable, average is the another variable, name is a another variable. The three variables can be displayed in the terminal by using the system.out.println method. Here we are using the space between the each and every variable. We are using the double quotations. This is the space between the one variable to another variable, that is the inside the class. Next, what is mean by how to declare the outside the class? Here I'll see this example. Class is we are creating the class by using the class keyword. This one is the class name. In that class name we are declaring the three variables. Now we can start the main method class. The main method class, where class name is a test, is a main method class. Here class name is same as creating the object. This one is the class name, this one is the object. Here the object is yes, and also using the new keyword. Here we are also same. We are display the three values. We are using the double quotation between the every variable. That means the main criteria is here, the variables can be declared outside the method. This is the main method. This one is the main method. The object is created by using this student outside class. Next, the objects can be created either single object or multiple objects. Here I see this example. We are using the single object. Here in that class box, there is a three objects are there. Three variables are there. In that main method, this one is the main method. This one is the variable class. In that method, we are declaring the only single object. The single object is my box is a object, box is a class. Here my box is a object. My box is a object for creating the object. The box is follow the object. Here we have to find out the value of particular variable. Value of particular variable. See these statements, these three. My box dot width. We can assign the values to the variable. We can assign the values to the particular variable by using my box dot width. My box dot width. 10 is assigned to the width based on the object my box dot width equal to 10. Here the another variable is there, height equal to 20. To 20 value is assigned to the height. How to assign? My box dot height equal to 20. Finally, you can find out the volume of three variables. What is the formula? Volume equal to width into height into depth. This is the formula. Volume equal to my box dot width, my box dot height, my box dot depth. I have to print the volume variable by using system dot out dot println. The volume is particular result. For that 10 into 20 into 15, I think the total is 3000. So the 3000 value will be stored in particular variable. That variable is called as a value. This variable is a which type of the data type? This is the double is a data type. This is the creating the single object. Next we can see the multiple object. See this example. The class is a keyword, class name is a user defined class name is a box 1. In that we are creating the two objects. This one is the first object, this one is the second object. Here in that class we are declaring the variables. That variable is width, height, depth. Method get volume is a method name. See this one, box 1 my box 2 equal to new box method. For this one is the creating the first object. My box 3 is creating the second object. Next step, we can assign the values to the particular variable. This one, this statement is this statement. See this statement. My box 2 dot width equal to 10. Here box 2 object. This one is a variable. This one is a variable. This variable we are assigning the values to that particular variable by using the dot operator. My box 2 dot width equal to 10. This is for first object. First object. This one we have to creating the another box now. Here my box 3 is the another box. This object we can assigning the some variable values. Here my box 3 dot width, my box 3 dot height, my box 3 dot depth. These values are assigned to the particular object. Have to next step can print the values. We can print the value final value. So here we are using the get value method. Already I see in the definition previous the value method consists of some code. The class consists of some data. This data and this code both are the instance of class. Already you know. Here we can find out the value of particular first object. Here my box 2 dot get volume. My box 2 dot get volume. This method will be called from the get volume method. This is for this one. Can find out the result. Volume is what is the final output? Volume is have to width into height. That means 10 into 20 into 15. Can get the final output. Next object, my box 3 object is there. We can find out the volume for this method. What is the output? Here also same. volume is what are the three values? 3, 6, 9. 3 into 6 into 9. You can get the final value. Next, how to initializing the object. Here the object can be initialized based on the 3 steps. First step is by using reference variable. The second method is by using some methods. The third step is by using constructor. Let's see one by one. First, reference through reference. Here the initialization through reference. Here initializing an object means storing the data into objects. Let's do simple example. In this example, what is the class? Student is a class. We are assigning the some instance variables. The main method will be start. Here the main method means the class is a keyword, sample is a class name. Now we are creating the some object. Here S1 is a object, student is a class name. Which class? This class. Students is a this class. Now we can access the value by using the reference variable. This value can be accessed by using the reference variable s1.id. The next variable is name. We are assigning the some value to the name. How to invoke the variable s1.name equal to bvrid. Final output is both two values are displayed on the terminal. What are the two values? 100 and bvrid. This is the output for through reference variable. Next, what is the next one? Through methods. Initializing through methods. Now we are creating the two objects of student class and initializing the values to this object by invoking the insert record section. This example see in the next slide. What is the syntax of method? Already you know. This one is the type name. We are passing the some parameters in the body of the method. Already you know what is the syntax of method. Type name. This one is the body of method. We can pass the parameter. This parameter is either a single parameter, either two parameters, either three parameters. These are the parameters to pass the method. After, finally we can display some data on the object by invoking this display information. Now see this example. In this example, here the class name is a student. This class, first one is the user defined class. This one is the main class. This one is the main class. This one is the user defined class. In that class, we are declaring some variables and some methods. Here the method is the first method. This one is the second method. This is called as a method. This one is also called as a method. Now we can create some objects. We are creating some object. Before going to creating the object, first see what is the method, how to pass the variables. Here insert record is a method name. Int r is a one parameter, string n is another parameter. These two parameters are passed to the insert record method. Now we are declaring the value to assign a value to the variable. Roll number equal to R, name equal to N. Now first to create one object. That object is a S1 is a first object, S2 is a second object. Now this object to insert the record to the subject. How to insert the values to the particular method? To go to insert record section, we are passing the two values. What are that? Roll number and string. Here I will give the one example to the passing the values to the particular insert record. Roll number is 111. What the name is? Karan. For first object. Now we can insert the another values to the second object, roll number, and for that second one is the string. That is, the string is a name. The string is a name. Here two values are passed to the insert record method. Now we can display the information by using the display information method. To display the two values, these two values, by using the display information method. How to display these particular values? S1 is the first object. Display information, this will be goes to this section. In this section, what values are displayed? Roll number and name will be displayed on the terminal. That is the first object. Number is 111. Second one is the current name. Next object, what is that value? 2 is the name, number, Rn is a name. These both are the displayed on the terminal. This is the this is objects can be initialized through methods. Next one is initializing through constructor. Before going to constructor, what is meant by constructor? Constructor is a block of codes. This will be similar to the method. This is similar to the method. It is called when an instance of object is created. When an instance of object is created and memory is allocated for the object. Allocated for the object. What the syntax of constructor? Here a simple syntax is there. Class name some variables. When the constructor is called, every time the object is created using new keyword. Every time an object is created using new keyword. At least one constructor is called. At least one constructor is called. That is called as a default constructor. What are the rules for creating the constructor? The first rule is constructor name must be the same as its class name. Constructor name should be the same as class name. See this one. For suppose I will create one class. That class name is box is a class. We are assigning the some instance variables. Okay. The constructor name should be same as class name. How? This one is the constructor. Same. This is class and this constructor name should be the same. That is the example for first point. The next one. The constructor must have no explicit return type. Here there is no return type. Previously we are using previous class objects and classes, we are creating the void, name, like that. Now in that there is no return type. There is no return type. Here Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final and synchronized. These are the three rules for constructor. Let's see what are the types of constructors. Here there is a two types of constructors are there. First one is a default constructor, second one is the parameterized constructor. Let's one by one example. Here see this one. What is the condition for the creating the constructor? The constructor name should be the same as class name. Here what is the class name here? Box 4 is a class name. In that box 4 class, we are assigning the variables. We are assigning the variables. Now, we are creating the constructor. The constructor name should be the class name. That is the first condition. Box 4 is a constructor. In that constructor, we are assigning the some values. These three values. Here there is no pass any parameters to the constructor. There is no pass any parameters to the constructor. Now the method will, what is the method name? Void value. Void value method. It is the find out the output for particular object. Now here the class is a main class. Text director is a class name. Text director is a class name. In this method, we are creating the two objects. First object is B1 object. Second object is B2 object. Here the B1 object is B1 dot value. Now the method calls value method will be called B1 dot value. It will be goes to the here. In that value method, v equal to height into width into depth. Already we are assigning the three values to the particular variable. Here to v equal to 9 into 6 into 2. That is the for first object. The second object is there. Second object. Now what is the second object? B2 is a second object. Can call the value method b2 dot value. It will goes to the here. Here value method will be called. Here in that value method v is the variable, float is a particular type of data type. Here height into width into depth. What is that second this one is the first object. It is the b2 is the another object. I have to find out the 9 into 6 into 2. This is one of the final output. This is the default constructor. Next one is second type of constructor is parameterized constructor. Here the constructor which has the specific number of parameters. Specific number of parameters, that is called as a parameterized constructor. Why we are using the parameterized constructor? The parameterized constructor is used to provide different values to the distinct object. See this example. See this example. Here the class name is box 6 is a class. In this box 6 we are assigning the variables. We are assigning the variables. Now constructor is created. Box 6 open bracket. Here can pass the three parameters. Can pass the three parameters to the box constructor. This one is the method. This one is the method. Now see this example. In this example, text director is a class name. In that class, we are creating the two objects. We are creating the two objects. That objects are B1, another object is B2. Here, in that constructor, we can pass the three variables now, 10, 20, 30. Already these values are assigned to the particular variables. These are the related to these three variables. X is a 10, box 1 is X is a 10, Y equal to 20, Z equal to 30. Now we can call the B1 object value. B1 object value. Now we can call B1 dot value method. What is the final output? This one will goes to the here. Whenever the call the method will be directly goes to the particular value method. What is that value formula? V equal to height into width into depth. What is that output? 10 into 20 into 30 for particular B1 object. Now the another object is there, B2 object. You can call the B2 object B2 dot value method. It will be directly goes to the value method. What is that formula? V equal to height into width into depth. Already we have passed the some parameters. Can pass the three parameters. What are those? X equal to 15, Y equal to 20, Y equal to 25, Z equal to 35. B1 object is completed. B2 object. What are the B2 values? B2 object values 15, 25, 35. Can call the value method. What is the formula? Height into width into depth. Totally 15 into 25 into 35. This is for second object. These are the parameterized constructor. Simply a parameterized constructor means you can pass the some parameters to the particular method. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.